Welcome back, guys, to another part of our introduction to HTML. Now we're in part 6. So, in this part, we are going to take the HTML links and also we'll talk about the HTML images. So, follow along with me as I'm going to discuss each of these HTML elements. So, the first one I'm going to talk about now is the HTML link. Now, what do we mean by the HTML links? Links are found in nearly all web pages. Links allows users to click their way from page to page. For HTML links, they are hyperlinks. HTML links are hyperlinks, and you can click on a link and jump to another document. Just like on a web page where you find a link, whenever you click the link, it will take you to another document or another site. So when you move the mouse over a link, sometimes the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. But take note that a link does not have to be a text. A link can be an image or any other HTML element. So by the end of today, you are going to understand what we are trying to say when we say that a link can be an image or any other element. So I'd like you to follow along with me as we're going to start this. But by just joining our channel, do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. We are always ready to receive your comments and we'll be there to answer whatever questions you have. And please do not forget to share as well so that others can benefit from it. So let's move down to the next part, that is HTML link syntax. What does that mean? The HTML A tag defines a hyperlink. So when you use this A tag, it defines your hyperlink. And this hyperlink has the following syntax. We have the A href. This is the URL. Then you can write whatever link text you want, indicating what that link will direct you to. The most important attribute of the A element is the href attribute, which indicates the link's destination. So this href here, it indicates the link's destination, where the link is going to. The link text is the part that will be visible to the reader. So clicking on the link text will send the reader to the specified URL address. For example, we have this. In this example, we are going to show how to create a link to w3schools.com. So this is a website that we are going to create a link. So we are going to copy this code. Here I have this code on my notepad. So here is it. So let's copy now. I'll be going to my VS Code, then I'll paste it here. Okay, sorry, this is my line space. So let's go. So here is it already. But I would like you to do something. If you've not watched the previous video, which is Introduction to HTML Part 5, please do well to watch it before watching this Part 6, so that you not be finding it difficult to understand some aspects we've already discussed in the previous video. Please do well to watch it. And do not forget to subscribe if you are just joining us, like, and as well comment on each videos that you watch. So now we'll have to show this. This is our code already. We have doc type HTML, HTML. This is our body. The H1 tag, we have HTML link. So this is a paragraph indicating a link here. So this link is trying to tell us, this content is trying to tell us what this link is for. We are going to visit w3schools.com. So this is a website we are going to visit now. So for me to visit that, to show that to me, I'll right click on my VS Code, then open with live server. So let's see how that link will display on the browser. So it's loading already, as you can see down here. It's starting. So let's wait for it to load. Browsers are open. So let's wait for it to load. Let's be patient. Starting. Let's wait a bit for it to load. taking too much time. Okay, I think it's coming up already. Okay, so can you see? So this is the link. So let me minimize this page. Can you see? Let me see. So yeah, this is the H1 tag, HTML link, as you can see here. And this is our href. Visit w3schools.com. So this is the link here. Sorry, let me go to the browser again. Since our browser is closed, let's right click again and open it. So as you can see, so this is the link. Now if you click on it, it will take you straight to the website that we are talking about. So let's go back to our PowerPoint and continue. So the next part is, now I want you to take note that by default links will appear as follows in all browsers. Whenever a link is not visited, that is an unvisited link, is underlined and blue. Now a visited link is always underlined and purple, while an active link is underlined and red. So from our browser here, can you see that it is underlined and blue? So we've not visited this link, that is why it is being underlined and the color is blue. So immediately I click on it to visit the website, and you go back to your browser, it will no longer be underlined. It will change the color to purple. So that is how it is. Don't worry, I'm still going to work on all this, then you see how it will work. So let's go back to it. Let me show you. Since we've already clicked on it, let's see. Maybe it's going to be underlined. So if you click on it and you go back to the browser, it will no longer be underlined. So let's move to the next part now. Just take note of it. So links can be, of course, we style the CSS to get another link. Just like the link you saw earlier, if you want this link to be fine, you can style it to CSS. Let me close some windows so that it will not affect our work. Sorry. Because if the windows are too much, we find it difficult to work. So let's work on just this now. Let's continue. So take note of all this. Unvisited link is underlined and blue, visited link is underlined and purple, an active link is underlined and red. So link, we can change our link. As you can see that this link is not fine. And although initially when you put your hand on the link, you change the hand to, can you see your hand? Normally my cursor is moving. Immediately I place it on the link, it changes to a finger to my hand. So we can still make it more finer than that. So we're going to see that. Let's continue. Now let's see. We also have HTML links, that is the target attribute. What does that mean? By default, which is normally without styling your code, the link page will be displayed in the current browser window. So to change this, you must specify another target for the link. The target attribute specifies where to open the link document. And also target attributes can have one of the following values. One, cannot have everything. Underscore self. In default, it opens the document in the same window or tab as it was clicked. So if you use this code underscore self, what will you do? By default, it will open the document in the same window when you click it. But when you use underscore blank, it's going to open your window in another. It's going to open your document in another window entirely. Don't worry, I'm still going to do this step by step. You still need to explain this before you start. So we are going to use each of them in our code. So we are going to see how it's going to look on the browser. When you use underscore parent, you are going to open the document in the parent frame, and when you use underscore top, you open the document in the full body of the window. So the way you want your browser to view the link, this is how you are going to put it in your code, in your HTML. So the next part is we want to take an example now by using the target underscore blank to open the link document in a new browser. So I'm going to copy this code now. You can see this is the website / target. Now I'm going to put the target. Sorry, this is a website. Now the target is underscore blank, and the content is visit this website. I want to visit this website. So we want to see the purpose of this target. Remember what we said earlier? Purpose of this target. Remember we said the target own is what? The one target is the blank to open the document in a new window. So we want to open the document here. The target is blank in a new window. So let's see if it will work. I'll go back to my my notepad now to copy the code. So let's see. So here is the code. So I'll go to my VS Code now. I'll delete this. So I've already pasted it. Let's see how it's going to look on our browser. So let me go to my browser now. We are using this context trying to tell us what we did here. So if target blank, the link will open in a new browser. So we've used a target of underscore blank. And so let me click this link now. Let me expand this browser. Normally, if you click the link, it's supposed to open in this same page here. But now if I click the link, since we're using target blank, it's going to open in another browser here. So let me click. Can you see that it's open in another browser here? So that's the purpose of the target we use. So let's go back now to our path. So the next one we're going to try is absolute URLs versus relative URL. Both examples above are using an absolute URL, a full web address in the href attribute, a local link, a link to a page within the same website, that's the name of the local link, and is specified with a relative URL, which is without the http/www path. So let's take this example now. As you can see, we want to talk about the absolute URL. We want to compare it with the relative URL. So for absolute URL now, as you can see here, this is a website. There's always a local link, which means that the link to a page within the same website is specified with a relative. While the relative URL is a link without having this http path. So this is an absolute URL example. As you can see, it has https/www. But for relative URL, as you can see, it does not have any https. So we can just put here. So in this part here, there is no website. So when we copy the link, we are going to put without this http/www. We are just going to put jw.org straight in the link, and we are going to see what is going to give. Let's go to our notepad now and copy the code. I'm going to correct some things there after copying the code. So let's put without putting the https. So let's just put jw.org. Then I'm changing my JW website. Then here. then I'm going to put .mygoogle.com without. So let's see. Let's go to our browser and view it. So as you can see here, let me minimize it. As you can see here, this is our example of our absolute URL. Can you see? It's still the same thing. Can you see? So even though you use, it matters to you what to use. So if you want to use absolute URL, contain the HTTPS. But if you don't want to use the HTTPS/www, you can use the relative URL, just the website jw.org.com. Still the same thing is going to give you. So let's move to the next part, which is the HTML links. HTML links use an image as a link. Now, how do we use image as a link for this HTML? So to use an image as a link now, I'm going to put this image tag inside the A tag. As you can see this example, this is our H2 an image as a link, then the P paragraph, the image below is a link. Try to click on it. So let's see, we have ahref. This is a link that has an image. Then the image HLC, we're trying to tell you what the image is about, the auth explain the image style. So let's copy the code now from our notepad and paste. Let's see how it's going to be. Sorry, so I'm copying it now. If I'm too fast, please you can slow the pace and go back. You can pause the video and watch it again to understand better. So as you can see here, we have our doctor HTML, we have this tag. So let's see how it's going to look. Okay, I think there's an error here. So let's go back to our browser and see how. Can you see? This image is supposed to show cat dots. Link work. So let's click on the link and let's see where it takes us to. Can you see? It takes us to where the image is. So our image too can serve as a link for us. Our image too can serve as a link, as you can see. So the image is supposed to be showing, because the reason why the image is not showing is because I don't have the image in my folder. So immediately I put the image in my folder, see, direct it to it. So don't worry, we are still going to see how we're going to add an image. So we'll add image in our folder, then and code it here so it will show. So don't worry, let's take step by step. But first, this is a link to an image. For you to get a link like this, just go to Chrome or Google, look for an image, you right click on it, you see in the option copy image or download image. But make sure that whatever image you are going to use for anything sellable should not be a licensed image. So this is just for an example. So right click it, copy the image or save the image. Or to get this address of the image, you can right click it, then click copy link address, copy image address. So this is the image address of where it is. So wherever the image is, when you put it in your code, it will tell the browser search for that image for me, then it will bring it and show for you. So just like the link I used here, so tell the browser search for this image for me where this website is. So it went there, search for the image and bring the link out, as you can see here. So normally, assuming this image here cat.gif is inside my folder here, it will have shown the image here. An image will have been visible here. But don't worry, as we go on, we are going to show you how we are going to add our image into our folder, then code it into our HTML, then how it's going to be visible on the browser. So let's take it step at a time. Let's move to the next part. Link to an email address. We use mail to, which is always inside the href attribute, to create a link. And what does that link do? It opens the user's email program to let them to send a new email. Now we have example of this code. We have link to an email address and heading paragraph to create a link that opens the user email program to let them send a new email. Use mail to inside the href attribute. So we have, for us to be able to create a link so that our user will be able to send email to us, for example in our website, we have to use mail to inside our href attribute, as you can see here. So this is your href attribute. You use mail to, and you write the email address that you want to send out the browser, and you use that to send the email to. Then you can put send email. So this is the information we are trying to tell the user. So let's go to our notepad now. I'm going to copy the code because I've already put it in my notepad. I'm going to copy the code now. So here is it. Copy. Let's go to our VS Code now. I'm going to paste. I'll delete this. We don't need this. And paste. So let's see how that will be. I'll go to my browser now and see the information there. Can you now see? You attend to browser. Oh yeah, you attend to user. Oh yeah, send email here. So because we'll be able to use our mail tool. So it's trying to tell you that okay, oh, this information here is sell this email. So immediately they click it, it's help them to send the email to this our email address that was already written in the HTML. As you can see that the mail is already opening. Can you see now? So if you want to include where your users can be able to send email to you in your website, it is important to use this mail to inside your href, as you can see in our VS Code. So let's continue. Button as a link. To use an HTML button as a link, you have to add some JavaScript code, because JavaScript allows you to specify what happens at certain events, such as a click of a button. So without our JavaScript code, we cannot use our button. Just take note of that. So for us to use it, just don't worry, you don't have to be scared. What we're going to use just a little of JavaScript, a little code, and this is what you can see below. As you can see, our heading button as the meaning, as topic, then paragraph telling us what to do. Click the button to go to the HTML tutorial. Now we use button on click and write document.location equals to default.asp. Then you write HTML tutorial. So this is an example. We're trying to tell the user that okay, with this button, we want to create a button that they can click on that will direct them to this. So let's go to our notepad now. I have the code already. So I'm going to copy it. I'll paste it on my VS Code. So this is not correct, like you don't need this anymore. So I'll paste it here, as you can see. So let's go to our browser and see how it works. So you can see that it has already created a button. Our CSS style here will give us the style. If you want, like you just put, if you want to include any style, you just put button, as you can see. Enter, then you tell it whatever you maybe call up the button, stuff like that. So, but don't worry, I'm still going to talk about that for now. Just want to focus on HTML part. So as you can see here, can you see the button as anything? So when you click on the button, to direct you to the HTML tutorial, or direct you to what is the code. This is a default, just something to direct you to the location that you already stored for you to go to. So this is whenever you want to use button in your HTML, it is important to use the on click, the button on click, then document.location. And the location of where document is, you write the name of the button. So the next part is link titles. The title attribute specifies extra information about an element. The information is most often shown as the tooltip text when the mouse moves over the element. What are we trying to say here? Now look at this. Remember we discussed on our HTML language always indicate English, US English. So now these are my heading, our paragraph. What I want to do here, the title attribute specifies extra information about an element. When you put the title in your attribute, I'm trying to tell you an extra information about the element tag that you are putting. And the information is most often shown as a tooltip text when the mouse moves over the element. This is a code, don't worry, I'm going to try it. Our ahref, this is a link to the website that will teach you C programming. Then go to the W3 schools that will teach you programming on C section. So let's go now to my notepad. I'm going to copy the code, as you can see here on my notepad. Okay, so copy. I'll highlight it to see. Go to my VS Code and paste on this. So now let's go to my browser and see how it looks. So you can see here the title is go to W3 school, then section, visit our C programming section. our C tutorial. So you can see that that's what is already showing here. This is our C tutorial. So when you click it, it will direct you to where the tutorial is, the website, as you can see here. Hope you are getting values from what we are discussing. Do not forget to ask questions that you have. Whatever questions you have, feel free ask on the comment section. I'll be there to assist. If you have not watched the previous video before this, please do well so that you understand better. Do not forget to share our videos with others too who might want to learn, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So we'll be moving to the next part now, which is more on absolute URLs and relative URLs. Talk about our absolute URL earlier and the relative URL. Absolute one that have to have the one HTTPS and www. That the relative just does not need the HTTP and www. Now, one more we have. We can also use a full URL to link a web page. How? Now, this is our code now. This example uses a full URL to link to a web page. This is our AHL. This is the website. Like see, when you put the default.asp, let's see how it works now. I have my code already on my notepad. Let's see the difference it's going to give us. The full URL that we want to have. We have Ctrl C, comes to my VS Code here. So let's go to our browser. So this is it. So this example is a full URL link to link a web page. So as you can see here, can you see? So it uses a full URL link to link a web page. So this is the tutorial here. If you click it now, can you see the full URL link now to link the web page? That's the website that I was going to teach you this tutorial that is given already. Using the default.asp. So we're going back now to see more examples. We also have another example. This link example is linked to a page located in the HTML folder on the current website. So as you can see, this example links to a page located in the HTML folder on the current. So there is a particular page that is already on the current folder we are working on. So this example will link it to it. So I'm going to copy this code and work on it. So we follow along as we do that. So let's go to my notepad now. Control copy, use my VS Code and paste. But I'm not sure it's copied though. Let me go back. Okay, this is not it. Okay, this is not it. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is it. Now, here, as you can see, does not link to anywhere. Okay, let's follow the link. Let's see where it leads. So it's going to tell us to create a file for this. Does not link to anywhere. So let's see what we can create. Yes, so we want to tell you to link whatever I need to link to this page. Okay, I can copy this again. To link it here. So you can see that we are linking here. If you click it now to follow the link, and you see to bring you to this link. So you can link one page to another inside your code. So let's go to our browser and see how it works. So let's see. So it's still the same thing it's going to give us, because even though here is linking to this place, as you can see. So let's see if we can write something different. This is So let's go back. So I've deleted it now. So let me create a file first. Create a file. Let's name it p.html. Remember, whatever name you are going to put at the end, you have to put your HTML. Enter. So we created a file already. Let's write something to the file because we want to link the file directly. So let's write something like this. Let me go back to it. So I'm going to link that file I created now. Let me see. To link it, to put dot and slash to direct it to where to link it. So let's pick it. So I've picked it now. So to confirm if it's linked, you see an arrow there and say follow the link. So can you see direct me to that link? So let's go back now and see on our browser how this is being displayed. So let's see, for instance, now this is how this page is in our browser. It's being displayed in our browser, as you can see here. Can you see now? So this example link to a page also, so can you see now this is tutorial. So it's trying to tell us that when we click this tutorial, it's going to direct us to this page that we have created, and that is known as the external part. This example links to a page located in the same folder as the current page. So this is my folder that I'm working on. I created it here. I named it tip.html. So whatever I code in my folder, I'm trying to link it into my HTML code. Let's tell you that okay, all this information you want to receive in this content is in this folder. So now let's try and see if it works. Let me click my C tutorial. Let's see if it will direct us to this tip.html. I'm going to click it now. I see it directed us. So let's confirm if it is it. That tip.html. As you can see, we have just two contents, our h2 heading and our p. Can you see it now? So this on this apple.html, yeah, this dot slash this is directing us to where this tutorial is. So assuming I've written all my information about my C tutorial in this t.html, as you can see, this information here. So immediately I click on my link here, this C tutorial, it will direct me straight to this part. So this is how to reference files on the same folder you are working on and linking them together to be able to work. So let's continue to the next part and see how. If you don't understand this part, please feel free to ask your question, comment section. We're so glad to help. And do not forget the Telegram group. Join the Telegram group and ask a lot of questions. Be ready to assist you. So check the Telegram group on the description. So on the link to the Telegram group is in the description. There you can join and ask whatever questions you. So let's continue. So we have another example here. Here is the link to an external part. So link to a page located in the same folder as the current page. We have external part. This example link to a page located in the same folder as the current page, and that's what we just finished doing now. So the summary of what we've learned here in this chapter is that we use our a tag element to define a link. We also use our href attribute to define the link address. We use the target attribute to define where to open the link document. So remember, the targets can either have the self, the parent, the help, and so on. We use the image element inside the a tag to use an image as a link. We also use the mail to scheme inside the href attribute to create a link that opens the user's email program. So take note of all this when you are using our a tag. We also have our HTML links, how it links to different colors. An HTML link is displayed in a different color depending on whether it has been visited, is unvisited, is active. So each of the color explains what they are, just like what I've said something of it earlier. So let's say our HTML link colors by default normally in code, our link will appear like this in all browsers. Any site that is not visited, like you've not clicked on it to visit it, it will be underlined and have color blue. The one that is visited will be underlined and have color purple. While the one that is active, that is already visited, anytime you go to the browser, will be underlined and have color red. But you can change the link state color by using your CSS styles. You can state as how to use our CSS styles at least a bit in our previous lesson on introduction to HTML. So if you have not watched that, please do well to do that. So let's continue to the next part. Now we have example. Here is an unvisited link. An unvisited link will be green with no underline. A visited link will be pink with no underline. An active link will be yellow and underlined. Now remember what we said earlier is different from what I'm saying here. It's because we've been able to use our CSS style to change their color. That is why. So this code now is according to this statement here. So they've written this code according to how they want the colors to be. So you can choose any color you want. In fact, you can make your own active link to be color pink by using your CSS style. So that is the example of code we are going to do here. So watch along as we're going to do that together. Then when mousing over a link, when you mouse your mouse over a link, you place it on the link, it becomes red and underlined. So we are going to copy this code now on our notepad. Then we are going to work on the code and see how it looks in our browser. So here is the code now, which I'm going to copy. So Ctrl C and go to my VS Code and paste. So this is where we are working on. Paste. So let's go to our browser and see how it looks. This is not it. Coming. Yeah, and this is it. So we are going to refresh here because we now have to HTML, so the browser is confusing to show. So I want it to show my sample of HTML. So let's see what we did. Let me scroll up. Let's analyze what we did one after the other. So our A link here, color should be, this is our style. I'm trying to tell you that okay, the active link should have color green and a background color should be transparent. The text decoration should be none. Text decoration means it should not be underlined, and the color should be color green, as you can see. That is our active. Now whenever I now visit the site, it should show me color pink, and the background should be transparent, and the text coloration should not be underlined. And whenever I place my mouse on top of the link, as you can see here, you show me color red. Can you see what it's showing me now? Color red, because I placed my mouse on it, and the background color should be transparent, and the text decoration underlined. So when I place my link, can you see that it's been underlined, and my color too is red. So it's the information I'm giving it here. If I don't want red here and I change it, okay, give me color orange, you see it's going to change now. So let's go back to our browser now. Let me put my mouse and see if it's going to give color orange and it's going to be underlined. Can you see orange and it's been underlined? Now if I don't want it to be underlined, I can change it here and put none. So let's go and let me put my mouse over its color orange and not underlined. Can you see it's not underlined here? So you are going to freestyle. If you want whatever you want your link to be, how you want it to display, you put that on under your style. We talk about that in our previous video, introduction to HTML5, where we talk about how to style your HTML, how to make whatever you put your code on your HTML to be beautiful. So now active. Now if you want an active site that you always go to after you click and it show you color yellow and it should be underlined. So if this now, let me click on it now. Can you see that before I click on it, it was already showing me color yellow. Now it's showing me color red because I put my mouse on. Now let me click it to show color yellow. Can you see change color yellow before going to the site? Can you see? So you are the one that will work on the design, whatever you want it to be, whatever styles you want your content to be. So make sure you put your styles first before we are going to put your HTML code. So remember we talk about internal method, how we to put our style, external, we talk about it. So this is internal, I put it inside it. So we put it inside our HTML, but it is up. There's even some that you put inside here as well. So it matters how you want to place your CSS style into your HTML. So just freestyle with it, work on it and enjoy coding. Move to the next part, which is the link button. A link can also be styled as a button by using our CSS. Remember the link I showed you earlier? Now we can style it as well as a button if you want it to have button. So let's see if that will work. Let me go to my notepad now and see if I can copy the code. Let's see if it's going to be styled to give us a code. So here's my code on my notepad. I'll highlight it, then I'll put Ctrl C and go back to my VS Code and then do what? Ctrl paste. Highlight this as well and paste it on it. So let's go to our browser and see how it fits. So here's my browser. Can you see? So let's go to our VS Code and analyze the code one after the other. So yeah, I have my A link. This the site visited. I'm trying to tell this is my style, telling it what to do. Now tell him that okay, the link that I visited though, it should show red though. Normally this is the color that should be the background color. Now the text inside this should be color white. The text can see this is a link, is color white. Then the padding 15 ps and 25 ps. So from here to here is 25 ps. This down here is 15 ps. The distance. Now the text align should be center. Can you see that my text is in the middle of the button? Then my text decoration none. Like this text now, it should not be underlined. That is why it is none. Now display in line block. You should display in line block. As you can see, this block is in line. So now what do we mean? Immediately I place my mouse over it, it changed the color. So which means that an active link should show me color red, and this is what is working for it. So I explain that if I place my mouse over it, this A over means when you place your mouse over it, and you see it should show you but if you place your mouse over an active link, it should show you color red, and that is what you can see. So this is a link styled as a button. I can change this. It's not giving any link. I can use my dot slash, I pick this, then blank. So let's go back to it. So if I click, this is a link. Okay, let's see what this is. This is a link. It should direct me to this, where this file is. So if I click, this is a link now. Can you see that it directed me to where this file is? This is my file. This is the content. Can you see directed me to it? And as you can see, the content here. So freestyle, work on it, enjoy coding. Now let's move to the next line too. What does this mean? This trying to tell us that we can change the 4 colors of the link, like email html.asp, although this is not directing us to anywhere. It has to be blank. This tire blank, it's trying to tell us that it should open in the same place. Let's see. It should open in another place. Can you see? So when you put a title of blank, it's opening in another place. But if it's not blank, that use parents, self. If it's target self, it will open in the same page here. This page here, this is where it will open. So it will not show this one again, it will open this one. But since it's blank, it will open in another page, as you can see here. That when I click on this place, it will open in another page. So because this link here is not directing me to any file, so when I click on this second one, it will not work. See, it will not work. And you see what is giving me? Error. So it's giving me error. But when I change it to a particular file that is existing on my folder by putting dots and slash, by picking the file, let's pick it. So now let me go back to it now. Click on it. It will work now. Because I've told it to go to a file inside my folder. So if I change this blank to self now, you see that it will not direct me to another browser. Let's see. Just like you can see in this place now, it's directing me when I click it, this link, it directs me to another browser site. It shows. But now this one, because it's blank, this one that is self now will not direct me to another browser after clicking it. See the same page. So can you see? So let's see. Can you see? It's not directing me. I'm not seeing the previous browser I was before. Can you see? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. So these services should show in the same page. But if you don't want it to tell what you are doing, it is important to use it now. So if you want your user to enjoy your website, it is important to use your target underscore blank for them to be able to direct them to the next browser where they can view the page they want to view and still go back to the ones they are working on before. So let's continue. If you think I'm too fast, please do well to move it slowly, pause at the line. You're going to enjoy each part of it. And if you have questions, don't forget to ask on the comment section. We have the HTML links. In this part, I'm going to create bookmark. HTML link can be used to create bookmark so that readers can jump to a specific part of the web page. Now, to create a bookmark in HTML, bookmark can be used if a web page is very long. So to create a bookmark, you first create the bookmark, then add a link to it. So when the link is now clicked, the page will now scroll down or up to the location with the bookmark. So the example is the first, use the ID attribute to create a bookmark. Like if you have a lot of page that you've written on an HTML, so what will you do? Page by page, like you want your user to when they click on the content chapter, for it to move them straight to where the page is. This is what you are going to use. H2 ID, C4 is in chapter 4. So you can add a link to the bookmark. If you add a link, it will jump this ID. You can add a link, it will jump to that chapter that you want to do within the same. Now let's take for instance, now we have this example, Ahref This is where you are going to add the link. So the link of that page, or just the way I added it on my folder. For instance, now this c.html, if this is where my chapter 4 is, where I wrote all my chapter 4, remember it already have something dot chapter 4, maybe chapter 4.html. So you are going to include it inside your page. Like you can put chapter 4.html here, just like you can see here. So here will be written chapter 4.html, or even a C4, you C4.html, jump to C4. So you will now put that link on C4.html inside the folder. So whenever the user now click on that, jump to chapter 4, it will take them to that page where you've linked in your folder. So the same as this place as well. So you can also add a link to a bookmark on another page. For instance, ahref HTML demo, this is an example. So if it's another page, you just go and look for the file you use in creating that page on your folder, copy the link into the code, then it's direct you to where it's supposed to be. If you still do not understand what I mean, do well to ask questions in the comment section, or join Telegram group and ask questions. You are going to see a lot of programmers, great minds like you, that will be ready to assist you. So the summary of what we discussed so far is that we use the id attributes, our id value, to define our bookmark in the page, and we use the href attributes, that's hash value, to link to the book. So this is all about our HTML link. As we go further, I still touch a little of it more, but for now, this is the basics we want you to understand. So moving to another aspect. Remember we said we're going to talk about two parts. We've talked about the first part, which is the HTML link. The second part is the what? HTML images. What does that mean? How do we use that? So let's see. For our HTML images can improve the design and appearance of a web page. We have this example of the code. We have HTML image. This is an image.jpg. You can, if you don't have a particular page image, you can just go to your Google, right click on it, then copy the image address and put. Or if you have an image on your folder, so I'll be going to our VS Code now. Let's see if we can get an image in our folder so that we can use it. So this is my VS Code now. I already have some images on my folder. I have this, still loading, this. I just have, I think, just 3. Okay, I think I have like 5 images in my folder. Now, how do you get an image into your folder? What should you do? You can go to this, okay, you can, 2 ways to do that. Let's see. You go to your file where you save this. Remember I saved my own as tech in tech before we start at all from beginning. You go to your folder where you save it. I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, go to this 3 line. Yes, I've seen it. This 3 line, yes, cancel my console. Go to file. Can you see? Move. As go to file, open. Can you see open file or open folder? Can you see? So let's click on open file. So can you see? So it will show you pictures on your system. So you click all the 5 images you want. Copy, it has copied all of them. Then you click on open. So I'm not going to click on open because I already have it. So when you click on open, automatically all the images will show on your folder. Then the second method is you go to your folder where you have this file. So you go to your folder. When I created my file, I created another document. This is my file, tech in tech, another document. So this is where my folder is. So you double click it. Then before you double click it, you will have gone to where your image is. Let's say your image is in downloads. This is my download. You can just look for picture. Maybe you have copied those pictures. You right click it and copy. Let's say for instance, I want to copy this too. You right click. You look at copy. Can you see it? After you have clicked on copy, you will now come to where your image and your folder is. This is my document. This is where I saved it. So you double click. Then you now right click and click on paste. Can you see paste there? So everything will show you automatically. So when everything shows you automatically, just go back to your VS Code. You see everything there automatically in your VS Code. So that is the 2 ways you can use in putting images in your folder. So let's go back now to what we are working on. So for us to work on that, I'm going to go to my notepad now, copy my my code, and we are going to use one of those images there. So just pay attention as we are going to do this together so that you not get confused along the way. So after copying your images, you put your images into your folder. Sorry. So this is my code here. Okay. So let me delete this because the image is not inside my folder. Let's see. So for you to put any image inside your folder, you click on dot and slash. So it will bring out all the images in your folder. So let me pick any one. Okay, blue band. Then I'm going to change. Remember, this alt text is alternative text too. For instance, those that the browser is not working. So let's change this girl here to blue band because that is what our picture is depicting. So blue band. And now let's go to our browser and see how it looks. Okay, wait. Let's see. Okay. This sample dot. So let me open it. Open with light sample. Can you see how beautiful our image is? But remember, we've not look at something. Let me show you something from our VS Code. We've not specify our width and height. Remember, I told you it's important to do that when you're writing your code to make your image to. Okay, we've given it our width and our height. Can you see? Now, the purpose of this alt is for those that could not see the image. Probably their network is giving them errors, so they have to know what the image is all about. So we've indicated the width to 500 and height to be 600, as you can see in our image here. So the width is exactly what we indicated it to be. Is that not beautiful? So because we will put our image into our folder, so we try to tell that, oh yeah, search for the image in that folder, display it on the browser. So that is the purpose of this. Hope you're enjoying as we are continuing our work. So let's move to the next part. HTML images syntax. The HTML images tag is used to embed an image in a web page. Images are not technically inserted into a web page. Images are linked to web pages. The image creates a holding space for the reference image. So the image tag, let's read tag. The image tag creates a holding space for the reference image. So this image tag, empty, it contains attributes only and does not have a closing tag. This image tag is empty, does not have closing tag. So the image tag has two required attributes, as the src and the alt. So this src specifies the path to the image, while the alt specifies an alternate text for the image. We also have our syntax. This image src, this URL, then the alt alternate text. So the image src is the URL, like the link to the image, where the image is whether on the website or on the folder, while the alt alternate text is the name of the image, what the image is called about. Now the width and height or style of an image, it is important. So we have this. The width, height, and style attributes are valid in HTML. However, we suggest using style attributes because it prevents style sheets from changing the size of the image. We have example here, so let's work on it and see what it's going to give us. We are going to look at it one after the code. So I'm going to go to my notepad now, copy that code. So here is it. Yeah, I'm copying Ctrl+C after lighting. Go to my VS Code under my sample.html and paste. So here is it. Remember we talked about this comment in our previous video. Please, if you have not watched from beginning HTML, introduction to HTML, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th part. Please do well to watch them. We talk about our comment section. These are comments in HTML does not show in our browser. It only tells you what you are doing, so that when you come back to your code, you know where you stop or what you are trying to code. So this style sets the width of all images. So it's trying to tell us that this style here, what I want to do is set the width. So image, it's trying to tell us that wherever you see image, you inside my HTML, make the width to be what 100%. Now this is our body. We have the heading, the width, or the height attribute. Then we have the paragraph, the first image. Use the width attribute set 128 pixels, but the style in the head. Coming, let me use this. The style in the head section overrides it. Now we have the image SRC, we have this. We are going to change this image because it's not our folder. So we are going to put an image inside our folder. We will leave the width and the height where it is. Exactly. Then the second image too, we change it and we leave the width and height where it is. So I'm going to delete this now. Let's do with we've just do band, so I'm using nano. Then I'm going to change this and put down to tell you what picture it is. Then the second one here, I'll delete and put another image. Slash. Let me use cookies cookie. Yeah. So I'm going to put cooking oil here. Oil. Nice. Okay, the oil is not correct. Oil. So let's leave the width and height it is and go to our browser and see how it looks. Now you can see the way my width is too much, so I'm going to reduce the width here. Let me say 100, and let's go back to our browser and see how it looks. It's not still fine. Okay, let me increase the height to be 200. Let's see if it's going better. Okay, I love the way this one looks. Perfect. Can you see? The width is 128, height 128. It looks so nice and perfect. So I'm going to adjust this until I get the nice one I want. I think the width is too much. Let me put it to be 70. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it's not coming up. Okay, I think it's somehow better. I think it's somehow better. Okay, let me see. The width is still too much. Let me put 50. Let's try. Okay, let me increase the height to be 500. Let's see how it's going to look and see if you can start adjusting it. Okay, I think it's better now. I think I love it like this. Wow. So you are going to work on it with height the way you want it to look. You can see that it's fine now. This is nice. So work on what you want your width and height to look like. Let me go back to the browser and enlarge it and see how it's going to look on our browser. So you can see how this one is very fine because it matters the image. The image is somehow small and precise naturally. But because this one is very large image, that's something like that. So for you to make it good, work on your width and the height, adjust it. Then you're going to like how it's going to look. So you always put that under your style attribute. So we're going back now to the next part, which is our images in another folder. So if you have your images in a subfolder, you must include the folder name in SRC. Like this is an image now. Alternate text name. So this is indicating image in another folder, which I've explained here as our images are in this folder. Can you see our images in this folder? So we are indicating it's a oh yeah, look for the image inside this folder. Nice, search for it, and it displays it in our browser. So we're going to another part, like images in another server or website. We talked about that previously in our previous video, but we're still going to mention it. Now, this is a website. An image is there. So we are going to copy this code now, look for a website, and then copy the image. We've done that earlier too. So let's see. We'll change it because let's use this website there. Once you copy and go to our VS Code, this is a website that is there already. So let's paste it and see if it's going to give us the image in that folder. So let's go to our browser and see if it will show. So it's not showing us. We are going to look for the image in another folder. Let me open. Sorry for the delay. Let's see. I want the Chrome to open so that I can search for an image in another folder. So let's just restore some pages. I should be able to get images. Let me see. Okay. So let's say we want to copy this image. So now right click on it, copy image address. Then let me go back to my code. Then copy and paste. Then change it to a lady laughing. So let me go back to my browser and see if the image is displayed. Can you see? Can you see how beautiful it is? So it's displayed in the size that I gave it. My style and my width is 120 and my height is 120. So that is the size it gives. So if I increase the size of it, it's going to change that. So you can go to any browser, then you right click and copy the image address. So take note of something. No, on external images might be under copyright. So if you do not have permission to use it, you may be in violation of copyright laws. So in addition, you cannot control external images. They can suddenly be removed or changed. So just where I went to copy the image now, the owner of the image might remove such image. So if you don't have right to use it, it should be wrong to use it. So always make sure that you check those images if they are licensed or not, so that you're not going to use image that gets into trouble. Now we also have animated images. HTML allows animated images. So let's copy and see if we have programming.give, like you know how small animated images usually look. It's always like give picture. So let's see if this one I have will show. Sorry, there's one going to save it. Let's copy and paste it on my browser. So on my VS Code. And let's go to our browser and site fix. Okay, it's not showing because the image is not correct. So I can have an image too, like probably I got it on websites online or stuff like that. The name of the you can, this is an example of an animated image, an image that shows like a GIF, does something small short. You can also have an example of such image. We also have HTML allows animated GIF too, just like what we explained earlier. So it does GIF. So it allows GIF. So if you have a link to such images, you can as well use it. Now, does image float? Yes, we use CSS to float an image either to the right or to the left. So I'm going to copy this code now to see how our image can float either to the, but you are the one that writes it to. If you want it to float either to the right or to the left, you indicate the direction you want it to float by writing float, then telling it the instruction on what to do. So I've copied it now. I'm going to my VS Code here. Ctrl paste. So let's go to our browser and see how our images. So the images are not showing because it is not in my folder. I'm just going to edit this. Okay. Let me pick another kind of image that we've not used. Let me use Juno. And for this part, let me use so let's minimize it again and see the difference of what we got. So as you can see that it is the instruction you give it that it will affect it. Like you said, float the image to the right now. So let's look at it, like the star floats right. So that is why the image floats to the right. While the second one, the star floats left, and that is why the image floats to the left. So whatever direction you want it to be is what you are going to indicate on your style. So you can see how style is so important whenever you are coding. So let's go to the next part, which is common image format. So here are the most common image file types which are supported in all browsers, either Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari, Opera, and the rest. These are their abbreviations. These are their file formats. These are their file extensions. So for the APNG, which is animated portable network, the file extension is .apng. You are going to see it at the end of maybe cat.apng. Like the one for GIF, it will be cat.gif. So these ones are the graphics interchange format. They are very small. The one for icon, which is Microsoft icon, you see cat.icon or .stereo. It's just an example of an image. I'm not saying everything is cat. While for JPEG, if image come in form of JPEG, JPEG, PJPEG, PJP. For PNG, which is portable network graphics, it comes in PNG, which is transparent. While for SVG, scalable vector graphics. So these are the file extensions that you can find in images where all browsers support them. We also have HTML image tag, which we talk about today. We have the tag, which is image tag, map tag, area tag, picture tag. So this image tag defines an image. When you use it, it defines an image. When you want to put map image on your browser, or sorry, on your website, you use this tag, which defines an image map. For the area, it defines a clickable area inside an image map. While for the picture, it defines a container or multiple image resources. So for the chapter summary of what we discussed today is that we use the HTML image element to define an image. We use the HTML src attribute to define the URL of the image. We use the HTML alt attribute to define an alternate text for an image if it cannot be displayed. So we use the HTML width and height attributes or the CSS width and height properties to define the size of the image. So either you use the HTML width and height, or you put the width and height in the CSS properties to define the size of the image. So for your image to be concise, to make it beautiful, you have to put your width and the height. You also use the CSS float property to let the image float either to the left or to the right. So, but take note that loading large images takes time and can slow down your web page. So that's why whenever you are using your image, use your image carefully. So we are going to move to the next part, which is the HTML image map. With HTML image map, you can create clickable areas on an image. So we have this code. I'll go to my notepad. Let me see if I have the code there already. Okay, I think I have something like this. So I'm going to copy, go to my VS Code and paste. So as you can see, here is my click on the computer, the phone, or the coffee to go to a new page and read it. So let's pick. These are the map name, the work area, shape, rect, coordinates. Use the coordinates, the alt, computer. So I'm going to change all this and pick the images in our folder. So I'll change this first. Let's pick the images in our folder. First, let me click blue band. Yeah, let me write alt, like input butter. Then the use map. The next one, I'll change here to be. Remember they said click on the computer, phone, cup. So I'm going to change all this computer, phone, because that's not what I'm using. For the image, I'm using something different. But first, let's see that on the browser and see how it's going to look. I'll right click on it and open with live server. So yeah, you can see I've clicked it now. Here is the image map. So let's move to another part. There's something you need to take note. How does that map work? The area behind an image map is that you should be able to perform different actions depending on where in the image you click. So to create an image map, you need an image and some HTML code that describes that clickable areas. Now for the image is inserted using the image tag, and the only difference from other images is that you must add a use map attribute. For example, what is a JPEG? This is an example of a picture. We have the alternate text, then you have to use the use map attribute. Then you put the link of where that use map is. So the use map value starts with a hashtag followed by the name of the image map, and is used to create a relationship between the image and the image map. There is something you need to take note. You can use any image as an image map. Now to create image map, add a map element. The map element is used to create an image map and is linked to the image by using the required name attribute. Map name equals to work map. So the name attribute must have the same value as the image tag use map attribute. Now the areas, add the clickable areas. The clickable area is defined using an area element. The shape, you must define the shape of the clickable area, and you can choose one of these values. Like you can choose rect. Rect defines the rectangular region, circle defines circular region, poly defines the polygonal region, while the vault defines the entire region. So you must also define some coordinates in order for you to be able to place the clickable area onto the image. So the chapter summary is for image map. You use the image map the HTML map element to define an image map. We use the HTML area element to define the clickable areas of the image, while we use the use map attribute of the image element to point to an image map. So as you can see down here, we use this image map area and picture. So this image to define image, the map to define image map, area to define the clickable area inside an image map, while for the picture defines the container for multiple image resources. So when we talk about now the HTML background images, background image on an HTML. So for you to be able to add a background image on an HTML, you have to use the HTML style attribute and the CSS background image. So we've done something like this before in our previous videos. So if you have not watched those videos, please kindly do that so that you can understand some of the things we are talking about here. So now let's see some example of the code for our background image on our VS Code. Let's see how we are going to have a background image on our browser. So I'm going to my browser now. So here the image is not on, so we are going to pick an image. As you can see that if you want to use your image as your background, you are going to have something like this. I can see. So I'm using this image for my background. So sometimes it is best to use color as a background, but it matters some aspects whereby in a particular website you have to use some image as a background. So if you want to use an image as a background, the image will be in your folder. So you can use your pista by using background image under your pista URL, put the URL image here, which is here. So as you can see, so the image automatically is in our background. So because you can see that it's just precise, as a particular average that it's stopped due to what we're giving it to. So you can just freestyle and work on it and see, because the image is very small and short, and that is why it's just like this in the background. So let's go back to the next one. We have, you can also specify background image in the style element under the head section. You can see here under the head section, background image, you are still going to get the same thing. But in the one we did earlier, so it was not specified under the head section, it was specified under the pista. Can you see inline? So this is the inline method of putting your style in your HTML. So you can also put it outside under the head section, or you create your CSS file differently, just like what we have here. Create it differently, just like what we have here. You can say our style.css. So there are three methods. This is external. So there are three methods you can use: inline, internal, and external. So the internal is the one that you put under the head section here. This is example of internal. But the one you put inside your HTML, as you can see, pista. So this one is inline. While the one that is external is outside. You create another folder for it, style.css. So it's external. So anyone you want to use out of the three, you are good to go. You still get the same thing. Now, background image on a page is still the same thing we're talking about. So if you want your entire page now to now have the background image, you have to specify it by putting your background image under the body. See, background image, you are put the image. So by default now the background image will repeat itself. If it's smaller than the element where it's specified, in this case the body element, it's going to repeat itself when you specify that, okay, I want it to show in the background image. So you have to specify what you are doing to make it show in a particular place you want it to be. So let's continue. Background repeat. Now you also have to specify that, okay, you want the background to repeat itself. So if the background image is smaller than the element, the image will repeat itself horizontally and vertically until it reaches the end of the element. As you can see, the image is repeating itself. Because we do not specify it, so it has to repeat itself. So if you don't want it to be itself, under the style you put background repeat none, so it will not repeat itself. So let's continue. We also have to avoid background image from repeating itself, background repeat property to no repeat. So you can see here, for instance, now after they put background image and you can put under it simple background repeat, no repeat. So if I come here now, okay, this is under my style. So if I put here background repeat, I'm sorry, typographical error, no repeat. So let me come here now. I can see that the background is not repeating. It's only just one background. So assuming such background repeat no repeating, assuming I not include background repeat no repeat, you can see just like what we did earlier, it repeated itself. You can still delete it. Then you go back to your browser, then you see the background is being repeated. So it's going to repeat until you get to the end of the page. Assuming there are still more pages, keep repeating it. So just freestyle on your work and enjoy coding. So let's move to the next part. We have background cover now. So if you want background image to cover the entire element, you can set background size property to cover. Also, to make sure that the entire element is always covered, you have to set the background attachment property to fixed. So this way, the background image will cover the entire element with no stretching. Because sometimes, the image can stretch if it's not specified. So it will not stretch and spoil the image. Just like the one we did previously, now it was stretching. We are trying to adjust the height. So the image will keep its original position if in the case background attachment is fixed. So I'm going to include this under that image, that background repeat, no repeat, background size cover. So let me go to my code and copy it so that I can add it to it. So I can come here. Okay, let me copy background repeat, no repeat, and background cover. So control copy, and let me go to my VS and include it here. So let's go to our browser now. So can you see? So I'm telling you should not repeat the background. I'm telling you the background should be fixed and the background size should cover it. So because the image is very, very small, so that is why this is the highest it can cover. So you have to use the right image for it to get it right. So all those things are very important when using your background image. So HTML picture element. The HTML picture element allows you to display different pictures for different sizes on the screen sizes. It also gives web developer more flexibility in specifying image sources. Sometimes since this browser we are using, can you see if you enlarge it now, it extends it is not that showing. When you reduce it to a font size, it increases it. So it is important for use this HTML picture element because it allows you to display the different picture and different size of your screen. Like the picture element contains one or more source elements and each referring to different images through the SRC set attributes. So this way the browser can choose the image that best fits the current view or the device. So each source element has a media attribute that defines when the image is the most suitable. Example, it shows the different images for different size, screen size. So we are going to copy this now. Look at it. We have the under picture. We are going to use this picture element. We have the source media trying to tell you that okay, the minimum width for the background to show should be 650px. Then this is the name of the image. While for the source media of the second image, the minimum width should be 465px. While for the next image SRC, the style and the width should be auto. So we are going to copy this code now. We adjust the code to after copying the right one because most of the images written there are not on our folder. We are going to change those images and put them right on our folder. So let me copy. I've copied that now. I'm pasting it now. Control paste. So now let's change this image because this image is not on our folder. So let me put one of the images in our folder. Let me put nano. In this part too, the image is not on our folder. We click delete it and put the right one on our folder. Okay, so I think we are good to go right now. So let's check our browser. So let me extend it for you to see. So as you can see, here it's showing down with the picture element. Can you see? So it's trying to tell you that okay, the source code here, the source means that the minimum width for this image, Dano, when you reduce the size of your screen to 650 pixels, it should show me Dano picture. If you reduce the size of your screen to 465 pixels, it should show me Gino picture. But now, originally, it should show me Dano picture if it is a normal screen. Let's now see our browser. Let me see if I can extend myself. Okay, this is the pixel that is showing me Gino now. The minimum width is 465 pixels. So this is so this is the 465 pixel. That's why it's showing me Gino. Now if I extend it more to be 650 pixels, I say it should show me Dano. So let's extend it now. Can you see? It's already in. Can you see? So the sizes of the screen should display the kind of picture I want it to display, as you can see. Can you see? So for you to make it to freestyle with that, you can even do it with color. Like if you don't want that color, maybe when you this size changes to 650, the color should change to red, and the size is 45, you want to change to pink, and so on. So it resides the browser to see different versions of picture loading at different view ports. That's the purpose of using source media. Take note that always specify an image element at the last child element of the picture element, because the image element is used by browsers that do not support the picture element, or if not of the source tag match. So whenever you want to use the picture element, there are two main purposes for the picture element. First is the bandwidth, while second is format support. For the bandwidth, if you have a small screen or device, it is not necessary to load a large image file. So the browser will use the first source element with matching attribute value and ignore any of the following one for the bandwidth. While for the format support, some browser or devices may not even support all image formats. So by using picture element, just like the one we used, when you use picture element like all the source media and stuff like that, now what will the browser do? Because it did not support this bandwidth stuff. So by using the picture element, you can add images of all formats into it, so that any browser the particular user use, at least the browser the particular will use the first format is recognized. It's going to use any format is recognized, and to ignore any of the following elements it is not recognized. So that is why it is important for us to use the picture element. So the browser will use the first image format is recognized now. And let's see example of this. Let me go to my notepad and copy the code. So it's going to use the one is recognized. Although I'm using Microsoft Edge for my browser, Control Chrome and Control Copy. Sorry, let's go to my code. Copy and paste. So let's see how the browser is going to see it. So I have, here is it. Okay, it's not showing. Can you see that the browser is not seeing the first one? Okay, no, sorry, I have to change the picture because sorry, these pictures are not on our folder. So I have to change the picture. So let's pick any of these. Okay, let me pick Milo2.jpg. Make sure that exactly what is there is what you are writing. Milo2.jpg. Make sure that there is exactly what you are writing. If you mix anything, it will not display. Okay, the second one I can pick. I don't want to pick Kings or it's too long. Okay, let me put. I've used blue band. Okay, let me use it. Blue band. Okay, sorry. Blue band. So which one again? I have another one. I'm going to use. Okay, I've used Milo initially. Not using again. Okay, let me use King's Oil. So I'll change this name because King's Oil is not beautiful. Let me just put oil. Okay, so let's see how the browser will display this. So can you see now the width of this? Now the minimum width here for this Milo. Can you see? In this part now, this is the picture element. We are using source RLC. The first one is Milo, second one is blue band. We have already put the width content, the width device width. Initial scale should be 1. Now we have put King's Oil to be auto. So let's see when it's going to display Milo, blue band, and King's Oil. Let me move it now. This is our phone settings. It shows below. So now the browser is seeing only this setting. So that is why it is important to use different images for your elements, your picture elements, so that anyone the browser will be able to see particular image on it. So it's seeing the first one, which is the default. So assuming the browser is not seeing this, it's going to see any of this at all. So the picture element can be used when the image format is not supported by all devices. So the Microsoft Edge I use supports only this first one. It's seeing the first one. The device will use the first image format it supports. So it's used this, that's why it's supporting it, and that's why we can see it. And ignore the first. So it ignore the remaining two, so you are seeing this. So assuming the browser did not see this, it's going to show this and ignore the first and the last one. Assuming it did not see the first and the second one, it's going to show this and ignore this. So there's no how the browser or any browser you are using will not see any of these three images. And so that's why it's important for us to use our picture. So if you have any questions so far, do not forget to ask in the comment section or on the Telegram. And if you are just joining us, don't forget to subscribe, like our videos, and as well comment and share to us. So these are what we've used so far now: image, tab, map, area, and picture. So this picture one device is a container for multiple image resources. So when you use this, you can use multiple images, indicating the one the browser will see. While the area part defines a clickable area inside your map image map. So the assignment for this video is we want you to write a page code showing all the elements we discussed on this video, such as all the ones in HTML links and HTML images. So see you in the next video, where we are going to talk about the HTML favicon, HTML page title, and the HTML tables. So if you think I'm too fast, please do well to slow the video, watch it one after the other, pause if possible, play, work on it, code and code and code until you get it. But still, if you're not getting it, ask questions in the comment section. We are there to reply you ASAP. In fact, Telegram group is there as well. You see a lot of minded that are there to assist you whatever questions you have. So thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourself and bye.